Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to our handicap prediction video for today. Yesterday we won the 2 plus odd handicap back to back. So congrats to everybody who got on those games. And I mean it seems to be a very stable market right now. I mean this is a handicap market, and that's also thanks to the excellence of our team in selecting these matches that deliver on the handicap market. Today, we've taken time to analyze four matches that give a total of 2 plus odds based on the handicap market. And without wasting time, let's get into the games. And of course, before we get into the games, please do well to subscribe, like this video, share with your friends and families, your enemies as well, and help them because we try our very best to win bets of football on a regular basis. So the first game we have here for the handicap is a game involving Rangers and Benfica. The first leg of this competition ended in 2-2, right? So Rangers went to Benfica's home and played out a 2-2 draw, right? No one was expecting it. Most people were expecting Benfica to beat Rangers by many goals. And now Benfica is coming to Rangers' home, and it might interest you to know that Rangers has been in pretty good form. Rangers has won 4 matches and lost just once. You expand to 10 games and they've only lost twice at home, right? You keep expanding again to 15 matches and it's only 2 losses in 15 games. You expand again to 20 and they've lost a total of 3 games in well over 12 months. So what this means is that this Rangers team is pretty strong. This is not a team that will simply sit down and allow you to beat them. Benfica away from home has won just one game away from home. They've drawn twice and lost twice. This is going to be a very, very interesting fixture, and we have to give the advantage to Rangers. This Rangers team is in good form and they're doing very well this season. And from the look of things, they do want to go forward in the Europa League. They want to, make a mark, try their very best to pick a positive result at home. So the prediction is simple for this fixture. This is not a game that Benfica will come and simply beat Rangers by many goals. It's not going to happen. Rangers will definitely hold it out against them. So what we are predicting is we are giving Rangers a 2 goals handicap. We are saying let's assume that Rangers even loses this match. They're not going to lose by up to 2 goals. I mean, when you look at their losses, their last 2 losses at home, they didn't lose by up to 2 goals. The second loss was a club friendly to Hector Berlin, and they didn't lose by up to 2 goals. The other loss was a 2-1 loss to Motherwell, and they didn't lose by up to 2 goals. So the odd for Rangers 2 goals handicap is priced at 1.21. The next fixture is an interesting Europa League playoff game involving Villarreal and Marseille. The first leg ended 4-0, so Marseille did beat Villarreal by 4 goals to 0. And today, Marseille is visiting Villarreal's home. But it's important we check Villarreal's form at home. And it's interesting that in 10 games, Villarreal has only lost twice in 10 matches. They've maintained a decent run of form at home, and the teams they lost to arguably are teams you would say are in the top 4 or top 5. Okay. So they lost to Real Sociedad and then they lost to Athletic Bilbao. And only one out of these 2 losses did they lose by 2 or more goals. Marseille away from home has been in very poor form, losing 3 times, winning once, and drawing once. So even though Marseille did beat Villarreal by 4 goals to 0, we will need to give Villarreal the advantage in this round. Spanish teams typically tend to do better at home against French teams. And Villarreal will have the home support. They'll have every bit of support, and it's their home at the end of the day. So what we are saying is Even if Villarreal loses this game, they're not going to lose by up to 2 goals because they still have a chance. They can take this match into penalties or extra time. It's not over yet. So we are giving Villarreal a 2 goals handicap. And the odd for a Villarreal 2 goals handicap is priced at 1.15. The next fixture is from the Europa League. It's a game involving Atalanta and Sporting CP. And it might interest you to know that the first leg ended 1-1. So Atalanta went to Sporting CP's home and played out a 1-1 draw. And no one was expecting that. Many people were expecting Sporting CP to lose scandalously by 3 goals to 0, by 4 goals to 0 to Atalanta, but they held it. And right now, Atalanta has the advantage at home. And when you look at Atalanta's form at home, this is a team in good form. They've only lost 1 game in 5 matches, and that was a loss to Bologna. And Bologna is pretty strong, right? You expand again to 10 matches, and they've only lost 1 game in 10 matches, which is Bologna. You expand to 15, and it's only been 3 losses, and those 3 losses came against Inter Milan, Napoli, and Bologna. And interestingly, these are teams in the top 5. Sporting CP away from home has been in good form as well. But the point I'm trying to make is Atalanta went to Sporting CP's home and held them to a 1-1 draw against all the odds. So what that simply means is that at in Atalanta's home, Atalanta is going to have the advantage. They'll be more comfortable. They'll have the home support. They'll literally have everything to their advantage. So at home, Atalanta should be able to get this fixture out of the way. So we are giving Atalanta a 1 goal handicap. So a 1-0 handicap to Atalanta, which is the equivalent of a double chance. So a 1-0 handicap to Atalanta is priced at 1.29. And the final game for you is a very tricky game. A tricky game that involves Brighton and AS Roma. Interestingly, this was a game many people expected Brighton to maybe do both teams to score in the reverse fixture. But Brighton actually went to AS Roma's home and lost by 4 goals to 0, which was very shocking. They lost by 4 goals to 0. No one expected that to happen, but it did. So the point I'm trying to make is, you look at Brighton's form, they've been pretty decent, right? They've been pretty decent, but then they don't score a whole lot of goals. It's only 1 game, literally just a game, did they win by 2 or more goals, which was the victory over Tottenham, where they won by 2 or more, like in terms of the goal difference. When you check AS Roma too is in very decent form, and they haven't lost a single game in 5 matches. And you expand to 10 games, and the last time they lost was when they played AC Milan, where they lost by 3 goals to 1. But interestingly, there isn't a game where they've lost by 3 unreplied goals. As you can see, they always score 1 or 2 goals to make up the deficit. So the point I'm trying to make is AS Roma has the advantage, and they wouldn't want to just sit down there and allow this advantage to go away. They'll give it a very big fight. They'll play everything they know. They'll give it their all to make sure they don't lose this fixture. So what we need to do now is we need to give AS Roma the advantage, coupled with the fact that Brighton isn't really scoring a lot of goals at home. I mean, when you look at Brighton, they're not really scoring a whole lot of goals at home. So we are giving Brighton we are giving AS Roma, right, a 3 goals handicap. So we are saying if AS Roma actually loses this fixture, they're not going to lose by 3 unreplied goals. And the odds for AS Roma to play this game and not lose by 3 unreplied goals, as you would expect, is currently in this moment priced at 1.15. And of course, you have the booking code here for the Sportybet booking code. And, you know, we've really taken time to analyze these games. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. As always, subscribe to this channel, share with friends and families, and see you guys on the flip side.